What's up, everybody? This is Jeremy Siskind. I'm the author of the Jazz Piano Fundamental series, which now has a book 3, Modal and Modern Jazz Piano, as well as playing solo jazz piano, which somebody recently called the best book ever written about solo piano. Wasn't me. It wasn't my mom. I don't want to put anybody on the spot. So when I was writing this book over kind of the last year and studying a lot of modal music, including the great McCoy Tyner, who's arguably our greatest modal jazz pianist. And one of the things that I was interested in on tunes like Passion Dance is how do you create a satisfying 3 or 4 minute solo over just one chord? Is it just a matter of you start simple and you get more complex? And as I looked at it, that's not what McCoy Tyner really does. I mean, a little bit. It's not that he starts in the mode and then gets more and more outside. These are the things that I teach, that we teach in the jazz education world. But I was really struck as I did more analysis at how he creates sections. And even though it's not like as sexy, I want to talk about the way that he uses his left hand to create different sections. Okay, so let's get to it. McCoy Tyner differentiates his left hand at the beginning of different 8 or 16 bar phrases to create contrast and a sense of arrangement. So some different things that he does, he might do short stabs in the left hand, and this is how he starts his solo on Passion Dance. He might hold and move chords. So he might hold and repeat chords. And listen to his left hand on Passion Dance. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's kind of crazy. Once you start noticing it, it's going to drive you crazy because he just goes... like just incessantly kind of bashing at these chords. Now, he often incorporates low fifths in, sometimes more than others, but let's make a separate category. And people could debate whether this is necessary. I don't care for now. Let's make a separate category for punctuating phrases with low fifths. Okay, so he plays a right hand phrase. Every time the right hand phrase comes to a rest, what happens? He goes down to the low register, plays a low fifth. Okay. And then let's make a category for locked hands. Locked hands means playing the right hand and the left hand at the same time. And then lastly, I want to make a particular category for intentional ascents. Ascent. I don't know how to pronounce that word on video. Right, where the left hand's clearly moving upwards in order to increase energy. It's ascending. Okay, so this is not the definitive list of different things that McCoy Tyner does with his left hand, but it's a pretty good list. And so what I'm going to show you and then encourage you to practice is how you could apply these things to create a sense of form. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out practicing every 8 bars switching. And just so that we get into it, let's start with just the first 2. So going between short chords and long chords. So the tempo is going to be here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. That might be too long. Let's see what happens. So pay attention, not to my right hand. My right hand is just going to be BSing. But we're going to count these 8 bars, and then we're going to switch between short stabs and holding and moving the chords. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. bars. I think I got distracted. I'm gonna change here. Do you hear how that creates a sense of organization and contrast? And it's so important when you're playing on an open vamp like this to think in 4, 8, or 16 bar phrases, because we still need to feel that natural organization of music. Okay, good. Let's try adding now a third element. So that's going to be the hold and repeat chords. And I'm going to do it like him, which is very insistent. I think the rhythm that he does is just dotted quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So I'm going to do 8 of short stabs, 8 of hold and move chords, and then 8 of hold and repeat chords. This order is just the order that I'm thinking of them in. Somewhat the order that he does it in the solo. So back to the short stabs. Right? Super fun. I could do that all day because there's constantly a freshness. Right? Let's add punctuating phrases with low fifths. And I'm gonna try switching every 4 bars now because I just don't want it to get super long with these examples. So let's see if that works. I know that I just wrote 8, 8, 8, 8 next to all of them. Oh well, we'll consider it 4, 4, 4, 4. So short stabs. Hold. Hold and repeat. Short stabs. I think I went for 8 bars. You guys should unsubscribe. So fun. All right, locked hands. I dropped my pen. Oh boy. All I'm gonna really do with this pen is write the erroneous number 8 next to locked hands, so it doesn't even matter. And let's, just for timing's sake, I'm gonna go through short stabs, hold and repeat, and locked hands. Just those 3, just so that you don't have to listen to me with my BS mixolydian and stuff too much longer. So short stabs. Hold and repeat. I'm gonna change chords. And here's locked hands. Back to short stabs, right? Here's hold. See how this works? And then lastly, we have ascents. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to try to run the gamut all the way from short stabs to hold and move, hold and repeat, punctuating phrases. Now, the whole point of this is these are 6 great tools. I would totally steal these tools, but I would also listen to other I would listen to McCoy Tyner for yourself and other pianists and see what other devices do they use. Maybe they use 2-chord slurs, in a so what style. Maybe they're separating out the chords. Maybe they're going to put in a cluster, right? But then even within each of these styles, notice it has a very different effect if I hold and repeat this chord than if I hold and repeat this chord. It's so much brighter and brassier. Or, if I even choose a crazier chord to hold and repeat, like that's all different. So there's just so much richness possible with these kinds of left-hand devices, and it'll keep you able to play a solo like this much longer. At least it does for me. All right, here we go. The Lost Voyage. Starting with short steps. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Here's the locked in. Here's your ascent. You guys following along? We're obviously on hold and repeat chords. Here's your sense. That was a lot of silliness, but hopefully I proved my point. That left hand can create so much variety, and it can inspire different things in the right hand. It takes so much pressure off of the right hand. So thank you for watching. Again, if you're into this kind of music and this kind of jazz piano fundamentals really walks you through it. These books are really step-by-step. They have assignments for every chapter. So check it out. If you watch all this way, let's use crescent, because the word ascent reminds me of crescent, and that's a great John Coltrane album. So crescent, like a crescent moon. Comment with that word. And thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.